like his destined challenge and all these seminar when he does in person, those go up to $5,000. So this, but if you want to do the free one and just be there and attend it, then go ahead and register online. So go find him on Facebook, or go find the link to the Breakthrough Challenge, sign up, do it fast, and then they're gonna redirect you to their Facebook group. They're gonna accept you, and then from the Facebook group you'll be able to log in. So I'm going to be there for sure, because I just love Tony Robbins. I recently share something with you. I watched a few hours of his it was a 2014 and 15 and 16 person Destiny challenge and some breakthrough challenge, and I watched the entire live session that was recorded on some YouTube video. It was so good to actually be there, like I was attending, and experience whatever people experience, know what was happening behind the curtain, and who are the people who are helping him to create such an event, the dynamism in the room, the music, and how they regenerate the energy in the air, and how they actually make breakthrough happen through couple, family, moms and dads, and daughters and dads, and and relationship, all this. So go take advantage of that. Another great positive thing that you can watch is the Diamond videos on YouTube and Facebook. So if you just subscribe and follow them on Facebook, then you don't have to go to YouTube and remind yourself, you know what, I need to watch some, because you probably will never think about reminding yourself. So I think that would be the easiest way, and that's what I did recently. I noticed that watching some of those videos daily were increasing my my mood for the better. So not all the time, of course, because I don't stay and go to Facebook anymore very often, but once a week, twice a week, and if you want to go on YouTube and watch their video, then do it there. And you see then video are very encouraging, and just very bring you more hope, and just kind of bring justice in the air, kind of bring more peace to your soul. So I think those videos are really worth watching and spreading the message all over as much as we can, because you never know who you're gonna help. You never know who needs to watch the video just that day. Just sometimes just those go feel, happy feel video that you need. You might not have time to watch an entire movie, but if you watch short little clip like this, that just might be what you need to watch that day. It might just be what your son or daughters, or niece, nephew, friend, partner, colleague, co-worker, whoever you want to help might need to see that day. So also don't forget to keep on subscribing and watching the channel on YouTube, Super Candle 30. Thank you. Trying to get more watch hours so the company can bring more awareness to all the authors we interview, healers, business entrepreneurs, and then people can watch the podcast interview, which you have a few listed, some of the episodes listed on the channel, and you can take part of other people's courses and whatever they have to offer. You can find out about their free ebooks and their audiobooks, and go to see a group, a Hidden Story. As I always say, everybody's welcome in that group. So go there, you share your short stories, and you ask for feedback, and you see what people say, and maybe you get some good advice, or you can just go in a resource tool and see if there's some of the course that can help you to decide where or how you're going to publish it yourself, and like how you're gonna get your little guide or your little book done, and then how you're gonna go through the editing process yourself, and how and when you're gonna decide to publish. So and my podcast is good for that too, because I spend a lot of time reading about and building some of the self-publishing course. So when I was doing that, I also shared a lot of information on some of the episodes. So you go back to my self-publishing podcast episode, and then after you can watch the offer marketing and the free marketing class episode. Then I will give you even more tools. So they're all tools just about offers and writer, like how to get how to get everything done fast, efficiently, and then being able to get seen and find your niche, and then spread the word around and create your giant hub. So and all this also from me picking up from taking various of different marketing class online, on webinar, on Zoom, or on in person, or just through book material, or just different ways. And I learned, and then I was able to share more knowledge. More info I get, more I can share. So I hope by now everybody has figured out their resolution. If not, it's not too late. So think about new possibilities. So think about your resolution, but without putting too much pressure to it. So pressure is going to be bringing resistance. Resistance is going to cancel out. Everything we bring out of pressure and resistance it's force. So force will not come to you. Everything you want, you're chasing, is going to push away from you. So you have to, in order to have a resolution to take place and to stay in place, you have to see them as new possibility, as something, not something you just want and desire, but something that you have to believe, and they are possibility, and they are coming to you, and they're flowing, and there's a good flow, and those possibility of those goals that you have envisioned. So you have to write them down, put them, kind of squeeze them into 1, 2, 3, like decide which one are the most important, then say, okay, those are the possibility, and that are possible in my life, was dream vision, and I want them to flow to my life easily. So you have to encourage that, and to encourage that, like I was talking about the prior episode, then you have to remind yourself. So you have to remind yourself, and how do you do that? You either do that through self-hypnosis, through reading something every single day, remind yourself every day, or add it to your calendar. So your phone calendar, your computer calendar, your Google calendar, your paperboard calendar, whatever it is. And
your advent calendar.
Yes, and then remind yourself 3 times a day exactly what you want. So it has to be clear, and it has to be clearly defined. And that way, when it reminds you, your subconscious is going to start picking on, because it takes time to start changing it to a new path. So in order to change a new path, you have to remind it over and over until it finally catches on. So remember to, in order to change your old habits, you have to not change them, you have to create new ones. So decide to create new habits, and just follow through. Let's see what else I got. So I'm going to talk about something that I experienced long time ago, and I never shared. I try to be a little bit transparent. I don't want to share too much detail in my life. This is a podcast, and it goes to a lot of places. So, but I'm trying to keep it entertaining, so people are listening. So long time ago, say about 15 years ago maybe, there was an old friend that reached out to me, and it was a childhood friend, and he said something after we were connected that I was really obnoxious in the it just really hurt my feeling at the time, and there was somebody who used to look up to me. So basically, he said in an indirect way something as he didn't get off the road as I did get off the road, and it kind of like was basically saying, you're not on the same road as I am, or as everybody else are like from the crowd or people we knew, and like you like completely get off the road, like and that was very insulting. It's even more for someone who was like not only looking up to you, but somebody who was always doing less than you. So you were always taking more challenge, you were more fearless than that person, you were always taking more risk. And so obviously you were always doing more than that person. And so I thought at the moment, at the moment it was crushing. And I never spoke to that person ever again. I was really offended, and they never even tried to reach or just say sorry. But I didn't care. I knew this person had changed. It wasn't as friendly and kind as he used to be. But the message basically that I'm trying to convey is that you cannot compare somebody's road or parkour or path in life, because his path might have stay at the bushes at the bottom, in an easy route, and mine went fast. His maybe went slow, took a few corners, took a few stops, smoked some weed, and then just rested, lay down some hammock, and then went again, and then fell a little bit, then went back up, and then reached the level of a bush. Let's say there's a few flowers, a grass, flower, then bush, and you have little trees, then you have larger tree, and then you have mountains. So let's say, so basically it was him, who I had spoke to in 10 years before we had that conversation, comparing him being at the bushes level, me being at top of the mountain, and then fell down to the ground. And it was like me going at 100 miles an hour, but in a straight line, and then sometimes taking different curves, and then, landing on the tree, then but never stop, and then keep climbing different trees, going right, left, keep going up, keep falling down that mountain, keep going back up, keep getting crushed. So basically, let's say I had 100 fall and he had 2 fall. So it was like, like I was cut in all these places. Like if you could put that into a comic book, this is how I will kind of imagine. Like you'll see my face like cut, with blood everywhere. Just my hands, my arm broken, and I'm still here trying to climb up. So that's how I will compare, like the advancement. Like this was my road. So, and I'm a woman, and he was a guy. So I'm like, but at the time I was so low and so depressed and so looking for a friend, like a reconnection, that old friend, that I didn't see that. So I allowed that to crush me. But later on I thought about it, and I was like, how can you even compare? It's not comparable. So just for you out there, if you have any of those old friends like trying to be like, come back to you, I'd be like, oh, look at me now, I'm better than you now. Just always remember that you did not go on the same road. And so this is not about comparison, and if you really had real friends, they would not be comparing their life anyway. Because, real friends just support each other, and that's it. So anyway, I hope that you enjoy this episode, and I'll come back with some more delightful subject. Also, I shared on Vanessa's podcast page on Facebook If you haven't liked it, please go and like it. I'm gonna keep on sharing a link